So you might have come across blog posts or forum discussions claiming that if you trigger auto currency conversion through recurring investments on IBKR, you can bypass the $2 manual conversion fee, which effectively makes the currency conversion free. But is it really free? Or is the cost simply hidden elsewhere? In this video, we will break down the actual cost of IBKR's auto currency conversion, compare it directly against manual conversion fees, and show you when auto conversion is cheaper and when it can become more expensive, especially if you are investing regularly. Now, if you aren't aware already, there are actually two ways that auto currency conversion can be triggered on IBKR. The first method is through recurring investments. When you set up a recurring investment, and if you do not already hold the currency that the asset is denominated in, IBKR will automatically convert your currency in order to complete the trade. For example, if you have 1000 SGD in your account and you set up a recurring investment to buy a US investment, IBKR will automatically convert the required amount from SGD to USD at the point of the trade. This applies regardless of whether you are using a cash account or a margin account. The second method is when you place a trade directly using a cash account without having a sufficient balance in the required currency. In this situation, if executing the trade would result in a negative balance in that currency, IBKR will automatically convert the funds from other available currencies in your account to settle the transaction. Note that this second method only works with a cash account. If you attempt the same trade using a margin account, IBKR will not auto-convert the currency, and you will instead end up with a negative balance in that currency. So now that we understand how auto-currency conversion is triggered, the next question is what the actual fee is when IBKR converts your currency for you automatically. So while IBKR does not explicitly charge the $2 fee during auto-currency conversion, the cost is actually built into the exchange rate itself. According to IBKR's disclosures, auto-conversion applies a spread that can be up to plus or minus 0.03% from the prevailing market rate. In contrast, IBKR's manual currency fee is 0.2 basis point, with a minimum charge of $2 per conversion. 0.2 basis points is just 0.002%, which effectively is negligible. But more importantly, IBKR's manual currency conversions are executed very close to the exchange rate that you will see on Google, with virtually no additional spreads. So what does this look like when you put the two options side by side? Now, even though IBKR says that the spread can range between plus and minus 0.03%, let's just assume that we get a 0.03% spread for auto currency conversion every time. As expected, that percentage cost goes up as the conversion amount increases. In comparison, manual currency conversion on IBKR remains largely unaffected. For smaller and mid-sized conversions, the total cost stays close to the $2 minimum. It is only when you start converting larger amounts, like above 130,000 SGD, that the total cost starts to go up a little. The break-even point sits at around $6,667. So when you are converting less than this amount, auto conversion is cheaper since the total fee works out to be less than $2. But above this amount, manual conversion becomes the lower cost option. Now, it is also important to note that this comparison applies specifically to IBKR Pro. If you are using IBKR Lite, auto currency conversion comes with a wider spread of around 9 basis points or 0.09%. As a result, the break-even point will drop to just $2,222. Below this amount, auto conversion can still be cheaper, but when you are converting more than this amount, manual conversion would easily become the lower cost option. So what does all of this mean in practice, especially if you are investing regularly through IBKR? If you are investing smaller amounts, whether it is around 1000 SGD a week or around 4000 SGD a month, auto currency conversion is going to be cheaper. That's because each conversion is well below the break-even point. So the total cost will work out to be less than the $2 manual conversion fee. In these cases, auto conversion is not only more convenient, but also more cost-effective. However, the picture changes slightly once the investment amounts get larger. Suppose you are investing 10,000 SGD a month. If you split this into weekly investments of about 2,500 SGD, auto conversion remains cheaper on a per transaction basis. However, if you invest the full 10,000 SGD in a single monthly transaction, manual conversion becomes cheaper since you only need to pay the $2 conversion fee once, while avoiding the percentage-based spread. That said, it is important to keep the size of these fees in perspective. Even when one method is technically cheaper than the other, the difference in the cost is often only a few dollars. In reality, that amount of savings can easily be wiped out within seconds just from normal currency movements or small price fluctuations in the market. In short, IBKR's auto currency conversion is not actually free, but rather the cost is simply built into the exchange rate instead of being shown as an explicit fee. For smaller investments, auto currency conversion is usually cheaper and far more convenient. And for larger investments, manual conversion can save you a little on fees. But in the grand scheme of long-term investing, these differences are usually very minor. So, while understanding the math can help you make better decisions, it is the consistency, discipline, and staying invested that will matter far more than trying to squeeze out a few extra dollars from the currency conversion costs. Anyway, that's all for this video. Hope you found this useful. Like, share, and subscribe as I'll be posting new videos every week.